In this video, I'm going to talk about exporting in order to work in Photoshop, and then also other ways that you can open your file into Photoshop. So first thing, if you're going to export from Lightroom, we want to make sure we export with the correct size. So always know your crop size. For example, if I go to crop here, I've kept the original aspect, so I can export that as any ratio of 3:4 or 4:3. That's the original proportion. So I could do 3 across and 4 tall. That'd be very small. I can do double that, and I can do 6 across and 8 high. And then I could also do pretty typical size 8 across, 12 high. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to File, Export. And just like usual, I'm going to set up my folder, which I've already done, but if you haven't, you would set up your new folder to export, etc. I would rename my file. I would check that my image format says JPEG, color space sRGB, quality 100. And then I need to input the correct size. So if this is an original crop, and again, I decided I want an 8:12, I'm going to do 8 for my width and 12 for my height. This has to match the ratio I've chosen in aspect, otherwise when it exports it won't be the correct size. I'm going to add a little bit of sharpening here. And then the one big change down here under post-processing, instead of saying do nothing, I'm going to set it to open in Adobe Photoshop CC, which stands for Creative Cloud, and that's going to automatically have it open in my Photoshop program. If you get this message, it's because you've exported the same file or the same file name before. So if it's a new file, just click Use Unique Names. Okay, and you can see at the top left it's exporting. So eventually when it's done exporting, it will pop open into Photoshop like it is here. And I can go ahead and minimize Lightroom. If I'm completely done, I could close it out. Now if you're working on your file one day, and then let's say I'm working on this and then I save it, I can still open it in Photoshop. I don't have to go back to Lightroom. So let's pretend I didn't do it that way. I can manually open Photoshop, and then I can go to File, Open, or Command A, and I can find that file on my computer and then click Open. Okay. A third way that I can do it is go to my hard drive and find my folder. It's this one, and then I can drag and drop that file icon onto Photoshop, and it will open Photoshop. So those are the ways to export into Photoshop, and then also open a file independently and open into Photoshop.